They were pulling her out of the river when I got there. There was more water than blood in her at that point.
Was she able to speak?
No. She stopped breathing.
Okay, that should be enough. Detective Aubrey, despite some irregularities with regard to proper police procedure, we will not be proceeding any further with our inquiry. 6 weeks have elapsed since the last Uncle Eddie murder. In and of itself, this suggests that the public interest has been served. Congratulations on your promotion to Detective First Grade.
Detective Stan Όμπρεϊ, lead investigator in the Uncle Eddie case, was ordered
The primary suspect in the Uncle Eddie murder ended this morning. Since the victims of short victims in these horrible murders and finally
The exact circumstances surrounding the shooting remain as yet unclear. The murderers, linked by their gruesome artistry, have stopped. While presenting the award, Chief Llewellyn Frater praised the detective as a model officer responsible for bringing one of the city's most disturbing cases.
Oh, come on. Oh, wait. Wait, my hat.
Hey, okay?
Don't be seduced. Avoid psychological speculation related to the killer's intent. We may never know why he did what he did. He may never know. Treat the boundaries of the crime scene like a frame and limit your analysis to what is presented within it. Sit with it. Don't rush things. And above all, in your initial encounter with the crime scene, trust your own eye. Remember, all you really have is what the killer left behind, his work, his aesthetic, if you will. Okay, we'll pick up there next week. Yeah.
Well, you better get him out of here, because north of the lamppost is ours.
Are you kidding me? Why don't you do us all a favor and walk away from this one? So walk away. I'm taking it.
I want to ask them a few questions.
We already got a preliminary statement. Sam, didn't recognize me. How you been?
Good. Been good.
Action's in there.
Oh, a little hazy on the protocol there, huh, pal?
Brainerd called me in.
Hey, you see, Brainerd called him in.
That's good.
Stay. Hey, you're coming tomorrow night, right? Yeah, I'm getting promoted. You and I are gonna be peers. Oh. No. Yeah, I gotta tell you, I got a bad case of deja vu. I didn't even work the caper.
What caper?
What caper? The caper. Uncle Eddie. Isn't that why Brainerd brought you in? No, you're cold. We held off tearing it down until you got here. Yeah, that's the kind of smell that just gets inside of you, doesn't it? Billy, be a dear. Gotta call that a conversation piece.
It's a camera obscura. A device used in the Renaissance to draw in perspective.
Huh?
May I? Hey, you want to hold off on that until I mark the aperture? The pinhole focuses the light. You have that flashlight?
Yeah.
Take it down.
I'd love to get up there.
I don't know, man. I could smell it down the hallway. Did you see they called Stan Όμπρεϊ in?
He's not one of my classes. I thought he retired after the ukulele.
Bosses all over this place.
Want to buy you breakfast?
No. I'm going straight to bed. I think I'm getting a cold.
Okay.
What are you doing, Stan?
Worrying.
About what?
Worrying the fabric. That's what my mom used to say. I used to touch things all the time, wear them down.
That's why you're good at what you do. You've never mentioned your mother before. Does she live in the city?
Staying sober.
4 years and 3 months. You gonna ask me that every time? I guess this isn't really the best place to get to know someone. Or maybe that's the idea. You probably keep a girl like me at every donation center. It's so weird to think of my blood in someone else's body. You know, if you had run into me a couple months later than you did, they wouldn't be accepting my blood right now.
No, you would have straightened yourself out sooner or later.
Can I pick who it goes to?
Nope.
It's my blood.
That's the trouble with transfusions. You have to replace like with like.
It's not true. If you're O, you can give to anybody. You know, Crystal was O. And I used to tease her that she had to be because she'd give it up for anybody. Did she give it up for you?
Did she say something?
I don't know, between dates, yeah. You have a lot of time to get to know someone. I knew things about her no one else would. Like, she had this birthmark under her left arm. She always used to say no matter how many guys she was with, no man would ever find it. Think about her, too. Sorry. Let's go somewhere. Away from here. Above ground, maybe. Like hiking. I'm going with some friends this weekend. You could come?
I'd love to, but I gotta work.
That's shocking.
Another time.
Probably. Probably not.
I gotta go.
Looks like an egg.
Sometimes a circle's just a circle, Chief.
Building management got back to us this morning. The hanging man was identified as Martin Calderon. Worked as a day trader, never left his apartment. Thought you might want to take a look at the report Carl put together. He was up all night. He has a theory it was a ritual killing, some kind of a copycat imitating Uncle Eddie.
No. This is different. It's less spontaneous.
They don't seem so different to me. Hey, look, hard as the Uncle Eddie case was, you're still a detective. I'd appreciate it if you give this one your full attention.
I will.
Thank you.
Based on decomposition of the body, victim's been dead at least a week. Now, the cause of death.
Yeah, hanging by your fucking ankles. But he was probably dead before he got that far, yeah?
Yeah. You see the sutured wound? His intestines have been removed. Your killer went to the trouble of removing them and closing the incision before he strung them up. I would have cleaned the body completely, but I want to show you. The blue is not just discoloration. The body was painted before the dust was applied. It's all over him.
I don't see it here.
Just the front of his body.
The side that faced the aperture. Like a stage set, seen from one side.
What, the human slideshow wasn't kinky enough? You had to paint the body?
Maybe tried to pretty it up.
Every time I leave my apartment.
So buy it and burn it.
Don't get fresh with me. You take it down right now.
How much is this?
$50.
Look, why don't you have more of those pictures of butterflies?
When's the last time you've seen a butterfly?
Where'd you get this?
I don't know, a state lot?
I may need to call you.
You're a cop? You think it's stolen? Hey, listen, I just found this out on the street, right in front of my shop.
Thanks.
Nice painting. We analyzed the paints. These aren't commercial pigments.
Pull samples from this case number and have the lab run a comparison.
There's something else. We did an X-ray to look for underpaintings. This is pretty wild. Looks like there was a bird and a chair in the original image. I wonder why he painted over it.
Do you have anything to wrap this up? I want to take it over to evidence myself.
You been shopping, Stan?
I'm not going to tell you this again, okay?
Hey, Stan, I wanted to pick your brain about the case. What is this? A paperweight?
I still need to sit down with the pathology report.
No. I mean the Uncle Eddie case. Yeah, given the copycat angle, I thought it was a good idea to look at your file.
You looked at my file?
Yeah. Yeah, you don't mind, do you? Hey, Stan, why don't you flip through the unsolved case files, look to see if those guys missed anything. I mean, I know it's tedious, right? But who knows what you might see.
What's today?
Tuesday.
No, the date.
It's the 10th. Why?
Okay, this is what I got. Louis Combs, 1745.
Nice.
Yes.
A 16th century ring. Rarity. Joseph Uban. An American Victorian.
I don't know if this is your style, but...
What's that?
Oh, that's a girl to go with your chair. See, I stumbled upon this invaluable collection of a Civil War porn.
I'm not interested in pornography. I need something functional, something I can touch.
Okay, not ready to diversify, but you hold on to those. Tell me which one you want to pursue. Hey, not her. She's mine.
Ross, another round?
Coming up.
Look. This is painting I wanted you to see.
Sorry, Stan, but this is junk. And doesn't go with your chair.
Now you don't understand.
What?
It's a picture of the crime scene I'm working on. It was in the window of the antique store near my place. I think the killer painted it.
Wow. That would be quite a coincidence. I mean, if you're right. Well, come on, I mean, anybody could have done this act. I mean, it's been in the news for the last couple of days, if you haven't noticed. All these years, Stan, I don't know how you can stand it.
You know, just sticking it out until I can collect my pension.
Hey, not too shabby.
Yeah.
The department really spared no expense for your promotion.
It's beautiful. Beautiful, fellas. You know, my brother got a fucking watch, though.
Beer?
No, thanks.
The shots already, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Carl! Cheers, cheers.
Cheers.
Great success.
Carl, you know you're bucking for commissioner one day.
Yes?
Miss, could I get some milk?
Sure are a lot of cops there, aren't there, Mr. Aubrey?
How do you know my name?
Alex Fredericks. You probably read some of my pieces on the Uncle Eddie investigation. Well, when other reporters were taking you down, I defended you. Turns out you and I were right.
We were?
Mm-hmm. So talk to me about the new case. Is it a copycat killer? You think he'll kill again? What do we call him? Oh, let's think of something snappy.
What do you want?
Why did you walk away after the Uncle Eddie murders? It's sad. What happened to that girl?
Excuse me.
No, wait, don't.
Detective Aubrey, it's Martin. I got the results back from the lab. You were right. That's a popular pigment. The samples taken from the hangman painting match the ones from the old Uncle Eddie file. I'll leave the report on your desk.
You a kid, Stan? No?
He's See, here's the thing. You and I have been working in the same office for what, like 5 years now? See, I don't even know if you're married. I don't even know where you fucking live. Look, you want to slip out all mysteriously in the middle of my party, that's fine. I don't give a shit. You and I are gonna have to work together at some point. Both got the same shield now, Stan. You understand me?
Yeah, not in the hole. Nothing's been touched.
Stan.
The human jigsaw. We need an anthropologist to piece this guy back together. Tissue works come back. It's all pieces of the same guy, a Jeff Sarno. Except the intestines. They belong to Mr. Calderon. We checked for evidence of sexual assault. None.
Hey, Stan. Nice you can make it.
What did I miss?
Meet Jeff Sarno.
What else you got?
This might interest you, if only as students of anatomy and human behavior. The victim had extensive cosmetic surgery. Apparently wasn't happy with the top half of his mouth, so they split his upper palate and lengthened it to match the lower jaw. Pretty ironic, huh? All that work and you end up chopped up like this.
Why would he go to all the trouble?
Jeff Sarno was an actor, not a successful one. Didn't you read the case file? He had an audition. According to his agent, the director called, said the kid had the right look for the part.
We got an address or a phone number for the appointment?
Oh, we checked. Came up with nothing.
And the agent?
He just got a call saying that they were going in a different direction. Whatever the hell that means. When Sarno didn't call back, the agent figured the kid buried his head in the sand.
Session 2, November 17th. Detective Aubrey, let's pick up where we left off last time. You were talking about the moment you found the girl?
They were pulling her out of the river when I got there. She was wearing a fur coat that had become thick and heavy with the water.
Was she able to speak?
No. She had multiple stab wounds to the abdomen. There was more water than blood in her at that point. I tried to use my hands to stop the bleeding, but she took a big gasp of air and looked right through me. And then she stopped breathing.
You said you had met the victim before. Did you ever intend to warn her that she was in danger that night?
It's 1 a.m.
I'm sorry, I know it's late, but did you hear any noises upstairs earlier?
No, only you just now.
Someone broke into my apartment.
Oh. No, didn't hear anything.
So what do you think?
White male, age 43, lives alone. One case of corrupting a minor brought by the DA's office 5 years ago and then later dismissed. Drives a Lincoln, similar to the one identified by witnesses at 3 of the last 5 murder scenes. And we got prints and blood type based on saliva match. I think this is our guy.
I can have a warrant ready in 3 hours.
Hey, Stan.
Ober and Ruiz, you take the back. You go in the front and wait on my signal.
Position.
You got the bastard.
It looked like a gun.
Did the right thing. I was gonna meet you upstairs.
I can't. I just got time for a cigarette break.
Oh, we can go get a coffee.
No, this is good. I really need a cigarette. Mind if I smoke in there?
No, hop in.
How you doing, man?
Thanks for returning my call.
Not a problem. We're buddies. I hear you're working a new case.
Yeah, I didn't expect to be on something so soon after that last one.
Last one? I'm talking about 5 years ago, man. You got promoted, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got me up there, nice cushy desk job. It's all good.
Tough thing was that girl.
The girl? Could have been 20 more girls like her dad, Stan. It panned out in the end.
How's your family?
Everybody's good. Boys are 8 and 10 now.
Yeah.
Big kids, man. Look, it's great to see you, man.
You too.
You have something you want to get off your chest?
No. I mean, I'm on this thing and I've been thinking.
You know, I think I know what's going on here. My advice to you is, if it's in the past, let it stay there. Things change. You never set foot in the same river twice.
Thanks.
Sure. I think you're gonna catch this guy.
That one.
This is the one you want?
Yes.
What's wrong with the one you got, Stan?
Oh, you're not actually having company over here?
I just want another chair. What's wrong with having 2 matching chairs?
Nothing wrong, Stan. Nothing wrong. I can get you a feather sofa table or a Applewhite for the same price.
No. That's the one I want.
Okay.
What?
You just have to have it, don't you? That's your problem, Stan. Me, I love the feel of an object changing hands, to let it go. You can't let go of anything, can you? Like that girl, the memory of the girl? Might not be your fault. Might just be the past that isn't through with you yet. Keeps pulling you back all the time. And now, all of a sudden, it's a copycat killer.
We don't know it's a copycat.
I'm not so sure either, Stan. I took a look at some photos from the Uncle Eddie killings, and I kept thinking about your painting and...
You said it was a piece of junk.
There was something there, though. You know, the presentation of the body, the pigments, and the gestalt. There was something about it. You know what I mean?
No, I don't know what you mean.
Looking at the work in the sequence, it was like watching a retrospective.
I think you should stick to garage sales and vintage porn.
Don't get your horns all twisted.
We killed Uncle Eddie.
You're dealing with the same guy.
I'm tired of your bullshit.
Oh, sit down, Stan.
Nah, I'm leaving.
Come on, sit down, Stan.
I'm leaving. I'm sorry.
Thanks, Florentine.
Is it true Jorge Ruiz worked with you on the Uncle Eddie murder? But what about the connection to Uncle Eddie? Is it a what about the connection to Uncle Eddie? Is it a copycat?
Stop! When I say stop, you stop. Look, there is no copycat. It's got nothing to do with Uncle Eddie, so just leave it alone.
I heard the victim worked the Uncle Eddie case with you. You gotta give me something.
I can't release that information until
Get her out of here!
That's the kid.
Hold on here, miss.
Who leaked this to the press?
Hard to keep a lid on a story like this, you know that, Stan. This guy really a buddy of yours?
Work colleague.
You're making me lie for you, Stan. Used your friend like an inkwell. What's this one about Picasso? What's a connection? guy's writing your love letter, Stan.
Stan? Just take a minute. I wasn't sure whether I should come down here, so I talked it over with my wife. She works a hotline as a crisis counselor. She told me the only way to avoid a crisis is to anticipate one. I've seen this morning's paper. Your past is starting to give me nightmares.
Which version of my past do you mean?
Your old partner, George, is dead. Now, why is that?
I don't know.
Good answer.
But I don't think there's much to this copycat angle.
Hey, look, fuck the copycat. I got Carl, of all people, asking whether the correlation between these cases is more than circumstantial. And he's not the only one. You're not the kind of cop who'd kill an innocent man. And I told Carl as much.
Thanks for your confidence.
Don't mention it. Hey, look. There's one version of the past. Yours, mine, and the department's. That's one version.
This next photo is from Cartier-Bresson, the French master photographer. He spent his entire life chasing the decisive moment. That instant where composition, form, and content conspire to reveal some fundamental truth. Too esoteric? Hold that thought. What do you see? Where's the decisive moment? What truth is revealed? Is this the truth? Or this? Or this? Or is it just another angle? You're all familiar with the Uncle Eddie case. Now everybody's talking about a copycat. If Uncle Eddie is the original, then the copycat is the one always trailing behind, compelled to reconstruct again and again the decisive moment that has already happened. Then maybe there is no copycat. Only a killer that has become impatient with chance. No longer content to kill his victims where they stand, he forces the decisive moment. The killer painted half of this with a pantograph, and I finished the rest.
It's weird, but it makes sense, Stan, because he's implicating you more and more into his crime. I mean, you're already his patron. Remember, you bought that painting? And without a patron, there's no painting. So maybe you're his Pope Innocent. Maybe you're his crazy object of obsession, Stan. Okay, I got Velasquez's portrait of the Pope Innocent X. Quite an ambivalent study of absolute power. And here comes Francis Bacon. Despite never seeing this painting in person, Bacon became so obsessed with it that he compulsively repainted it over and over again, but each version more horrific than the previous.
Did I tell you that the latest victim worked with me on the Uncle Eddie murders?
I think you've been part of this bizarre thing all along. It's not until an artist finds his obsession that he can create his most inspired work. And where he gets his obsession from, it doesn't really matter. It can be the myth of Prometheus, it can be another man's painting of the Pope, it can be even the story of Stan Όμπρεϊ. It can be anything. So drink up. I'm gonna show you something. Looks familiar, eh? The artist has a real underground cult following. Already some shows in the more hip galleries downtown. You wouldn't believe what this stuff is selling for.
What's his name?
No name, no official representation.
Where do we find him?
Stan, that's the whole thing. This guy doesn't exist. That's the whole gimmick. The only thing you have is his work.
What about the gallery owner?
Blowing rails in the back room, I guess.
That's my chair.
Yeah, I told you I would help you to find it.
No, it's my chair.
What?
It was stolen. We're taking it. I'll swing the car around.
No, you can't do that, Stan.
No, just tell him it's evidence.
Oh, good, you're back. Any chance of returning our fate?
What?
The chair that you absconded with?
I'm afraid I can't do that.
Evidence.
I suppose you'll beat me with rubber hoses if I choose to respect the artist's anonymity.
No, we're not gonna do that, but you gotta tell us when you know.
All I have is a name.
Okay.
Jerry Harden.
Sounds like a porn star. You got a bio? Any photos?
Not even an address.
You never asked where she lived. She never talked about boyfriends, girlfriends, nothing like that.
Detecting is your pastime, mine is selling paintings. And she sold quite a few.
You weren't curious? Oh, we're gonna have to ask you downtown to give us a full description anyway. Okay? Okay. Not a single trace or fiber in any of the crime scenes, but this clay is full of prints. We didn't even need to dust.
I'm gonna need a few hours.
We got a match?
A match, a name, and a last known address.
It's an anagram for a red herring.
Come again?
I don't think there is a Jerry Harden.
Take a look. Who is that, Stan?
That's Crystal.
Looks like someone else thinks you got the wrong man.
You're different from when I first met you.
It's funny. Crystal said the same thing to me. It's going to be 5 years this week.
I know. She was my best friend. There's nothing you could have done, Stan. She was half dead when you found her. I'm sure she forgives you.
No, she wouldn't. That night, we knew Uncle Eddie had shifted his killings to the docks. I should have warned her, but I didn't. Tried to keep an eye on her, but she must have seen me and slipped away. By the time I got there, well, they were pulling her out of the water. Nothing I could do.
Did you hold her hands? Do you tell her everything was gonna be okay?
What do you think?
Good for you. I was out there that night, too.
I didn't know. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
I got to talk to Jones. Matt, I got the boss here. We want you to locate Jones, get him on the phone to the office as soon as possible. Speak to him right away. Bar's open. Whoa, set him up joke time.
Aubrey.
A poison harms.
What?
A poison harms. It certainly does. And you should know that. You've been poisoning yourself for years. Now that you've seen my work, I want some feedback. You and I both like the color blue. A pigment that was once quite precious. It's also the color of narcissism. How will you spend your final moments? Stuck on your throne? staring at your face reflected in a pool of water. Maybe it won't be your face in the water, but the body of a girl. And the water limpid and clear. Clear as crystal.
I have a theory. Uncle Eddie got scared and stopped killing because he knew he would get caught. He knew.
An artist never stops working. He's always gathering material, preparing a new study. I'm having another show. 637 Spruce. You should thank me, Stan. We made quite a team. If it weren't for me, you'd be stuck at home, riddling out your existence.
Detective Aubrey.
We did that walkthrough like you asked.
We covered her up when you left to talk to the press.
Eggs, Florentine.
No eggs today. Cholesterol.
Hey, I told your friend that's what you always order. He paid for it already.
No thanks. Just tea.
Hey, Tommy.
Surprised I found you. Coffee cup in the trash by your desk. It was from here.
You went through my trash? You're a hell of a detective, Colonel.
This place is great. Love it. Gina, I gotta tell you, oh boy. She's got a real mouth on her. You know, Stan, there are reams of paper on the Uncle Eddie case. Inquiry transcripts, supervisor's commendation, case logs. But you know what? There's no real information. There's none. Killer you caught. I mean, killed. Sure he was the one? It had to be. Killing stopped, right? You know, back in the warehouse when we were looking at that dead cop's body, you said you worked with him. You didn't mention you met with him the day he was murdered.
You investigating me or the copycat?
If I was investigating you, believe me, you wouldn't know about it. There's nothing you want to tell me about the old case. I'm all ears.
Call you if I think of anything.
You do that. And while you're thinking, I'm gonna keep on doing what I'm doing.
You just better hope it doesn't lead back to Uncle Eddie.
Anamorphosis is a Renaissance painting technique which uses the principles of forced perspective to construct an alternate image within the frontal composition. Take this image, for example, the whale in pursuit of Jonah. But if you stand at an extreme oblique angle to the picture plane, a second image, often contradicting the first, will appear. In this case, a peasant copying a squat. Holbein, this is 1536. Now, this painting magnifies the worldliness of two young men in pursuit of life. But take a closer look. View it from above and from the side, and a secret message is revealed. You are being confronted with a skull. Your memento mori.
That's interesting. But what does it have to do with the case?
All the devices at the crime scene. They are like a tutorial on the mastery of perspective. But anamorphosis subverts the visual plane, canceling out all that you have learned about fixed perspective. There's always another angle, another meaning.
The truth depends on where you stand.
Yeah. You gotta go back, look at things from a different angle.
want to see you again, call me, or I have a meeting tonight. You can pick me up after that. Hey, it's Sandy. Leave a message.
Sandy?
No, it's Carl. Who's Sandy?
What do you want?
Stan, I gotta talk to you.
I can't talk right now.
I need to talk to you. I'll come to you.
I'll call you back.
Can I help you?
Yes. I'm looking for Sandy Strickland.
Oh, we don't use last names here. She left as soon as she got here. It was obvious that she wasn't sober.
Are you sure?
Her sponsor was kind enough to take her home.
Have you ever seen this man, the man standing behind her?
Oh, that's Michael C.
Michael C.
That's her sponsor.
What's his last name?
Alcoholics Anonymous. It's
Anonymous, I know.
Stan. Michael left this for you. I don't know what it is. He just figured it happened.
I think I probably should have just gone with the rose on my ankle. I can't believe I let you talk me into this. You're sure you're not too high to do this right now?
I'm fine.
Why is it that you never seem high?
Would never put that poison on my veins. Hey.
I'm sorry. Can I see it?
No.
Why won't you let me see it?
Just
wait, let me look at it. Oh, God. Okay, you know what? I need a break.